Is your personality strong or weak? Do you know what you want, when you want it, and how? Are you the alpha male or female everywhere you go? If so, you might have a strong personality, and that can either intimidate or attract people. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications to join us on the bright side of life. Number 9. If you're thinking of dyeing your hair pink, would you A. Check if your parents approve. B. Dye your hair without consulting anyone. Option B is a sign of a strong personality because you don't need others to approve your decisions. Everyone has probably done something at some point in their lives that didn't match with their values and was only done to gain approval. This could be choosing the career your parents want for you, severing a friendship because your other friends don't like the person, or changing the way you look. People feel they need approval from friends, family, or society. But if you have a strong personality, you've moved past the need to please others. You do what you want to do, whether that's taking a year to travel the world or becoming a chef when your parents wanted you to be a lawyer. Some people might see you as odd because they don't jive with your liberated style of living. Other people will be attracted to your unconcerned attitude. Number 8. If your sister tells you for the millionth time how a coworker annoys her so much, you would A. Listen to her patiently even though you've heard this story before. B. Become impatient. Option B is a sign of a strong personality because wasting time is your pet peeve. You have places to be and things to do. You're goal-oriented, so wasting time can be a real drag. If your sister has been telling you all about old work troubles, you'll have a hard time hearing it again and keeping your cool. Your patience can wear thin pretty fast, especially if you're dealing with old problems that you thought were solved. You love efficiency, and when you put in the time to solve a problem, you hope it's solved forever. This makes you a very efficient and organized person, but you might have a hard time dealing with people who are more laid back, indecisive, or go with the flow. Number 7. When it comes to making friends, you A. Have a difficult time letting people in. B. Can make friends with anyone as no one can top your charisma. Option A is a sign of a strong personality because you choose your friends carefully. You might not have an enormous group of close friends. Maybe you can count your real friends on one hand, but you know that every person in your group is solid. You're attracted to people with strong values that you know you can count on, so finding those people might be a bit of a hard task. When you do make friends, you are completely loyal to them. This doesn't mean you aren't extroverted, talkative, or friendly. It simply means you are all those things, but only with the right people. Number 6. If you are handling a group project and you notice a team member didn't deliver their part of the work, you would A. Let it slide and try not to create conflict. B. Call them out on it and request their part of the assignment. Option B is a sign of a strong personality because you aren't afraid to speak your mind. This doesn't mean you are rude because people can be straightforward and kind at the same time. Your peers might naturally look to you to handle unpleasant situations and do the thing that they are afraid to do. Your friends can also look to you as the one person in their lives who can be a voice of reason and give them insight into how they're acting. Maybe you are that one friend who can tell them that what they did was wrong and help them through honestly. Keep in mind, for that exact same reason, some of your friends might decide to keep things from you because they fear your strong opinion. Number 5. When you are introduced to a shy person, you A. Feel right at home with them. B. Don't know how to stop the awkwardness in the air. Option B is a sign of a strong personality because you feel awkward around shy people. Maybe you always know what to say, but when it comes to shy people, it's like you're faced with a complicated mathematical problems you just can't understand. Somehow, you feel like you are too much around the shy person and that you need to dial it down, make yourself smaller somehow, be less opinionated, and take your intensity down a notch. Whether you do this or not, you can probably sense how awkward a situation can get when you are with a shy person. Number 4. When you are with a group of people, you prefer to A. Have deep philosophical conversations. B. Keep the conversation light and talk about media. Option A is a sign of a strong personality because you like to talk about meaningful things. A lot of people can sit down and talk about video games and TV shows forever. There's nothing wrong with that, but it isn't your preference. You want to know what makes a person tick. When you meet someone, you want to get to know them on a deep and personal level. When you ask someone, "How are you?" you truly want to know how they are doing. Small talk can be agony, and a long conversation about trivial things can drain you. You gain energy from talking about things most people don't consider much. Addressing philosophical questions like why you're in the world and the purpose of things can really get you going. Number 3. When you experience a disappointment, you are most likely to A. Pick yourself up by the bootstraps. B. Cry about it and get depressed. Option A is a sign of a strong personality because you don't let failure keep you down. With a strong personality comes the understanding that failure is a part of life and just another step in the learning process. When people fail, there's a natural tendency to want to feel bad and give up. You might feel the desire to quit, but you don't let it define your next move. You've learned to see failure as an opportunity and to turn negative events into positive ones. If your business went bust, it means more time for family. If you get sick and have to stay home, it means not having to go to work. Yes! You know there's a bright side to everything. Other people might be attracted to your ability to bounce back from hardships and keep a positive attitude in the face of challenges. Number 2. When it comes to difficult moral decisions, you A. Know exactly what your opinion is and what you would do. B. Need to take some time to figure out what is right and wrong. Option A is a sign of a strong personality because you understand your moral values. You live by your code of morals and sense of right and wrong. That's the driving force that makes you speak up when you see something wrong, makes you pull yourself back up after a setback, and gives you so much energy. Your morals are a strong foundation that gives you confidence. You understand what matters to you the most. You probably had a deep sense of what you wanted to do when you grew up from an early age. Maybe you knew as a teenager you wanted to be a doctor, and even though the road has been rocky, you're sure it's the right thing to do. People might be intimidated by your deep knowledge of what is right and wrong. Some people might even see you as stubborn if they don't understand why you need to do something. Those closest to you know that you have a strong personality because of your values. Number 1. When it comes to spirit animals, you connect more to A. A puppy. B. A wolf. Option B is a sign of a strong personality because you connect to symbols of strength. If you were deciding on your spirit animal, you might think of an animal that's ferocious, fearless, and a predator. You might connect more to a wolf because it represents strength instead of a puppy, which could be more about cuteness and sweetness. An alpha wolf could represent your leadership skills, how you always end up being the one that makes decisions in a group of friends, and how other people follow your social cues. They need a leader to guide them, and you see yourself as that person. So tell us, Brightsiders, what is the most obvious sign that you have a strong personality? Let us know in the comments section. Don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your friends, and click subscribe to stay on the bright side.